The person who is always smiling doesn't mean that he has no problems. Instead, the smile shows that he has the ability to overcome all the problems. Please develop this quality within you and bring the smile from within, and that is how you will be able to show your love with more smiles. This is a very important thing which I would like to share, that each of our body organs, they have a clock, body organ timings. And there are 12 main organs which are there, which are associated in our body, and each of these organs has got a specific time where it shows up in a more specific way. For instance, our body clock starts with lungs, because the first activity what we do after our birth is the breathing, and that starts with the lungs. And 3 and 5 a.m. is the time for the lungs, and people who suffer from acute asthma normally get the attacks between this time, between 3 and 5. Likewise, for the various organs, the different body clock timings are there. Kidney, brain, triple warmer, spinal, gallbladder. People who suffer from acute acidity, they are restless up to 2-3 o'clock in the night, and they get sleep only after that. People who are liver cirrhosis, they are also the people who have this problem. They have acute problem between 1 and 3 normally. Let us look at one more health problem, asthma. Asthma is associated with emotional stress, which is connected to the weakness of the lungs, and this can also be associated with the skin allergy problem. Asthma is very easily curable. We get cases where people who have been even taking the fish therapy from Hyderabad and they have not been getting the benefit of it, they also come for the treatment, and with acupressure, with these pressure points, very effectively we have helped them, and asthma is very easily curable, and the pressure points which are there are mentioned over here, and the most important pressure point is on the elbow joint, which we have shown over here, and another important point is on the chest. Another important point is on the chest, this point over here. This is a very important point, and in case of asthma attack, if this point is done, immediately it can give relief also. Diabetes. India is a world capital of diabetes. But diabetes is curable. Medically, there are only two types of diabetes what they have, type 1 and type 2, which is insulin dependent and without insulin. But in acupressure, we have this in 6 categories. The categories what we define are organ weakness related, which is weakness of spleen, weakness of liver, weakness of small intestine, weakness from the kidney, urinary bladder, and weakness of the lungs. What are the symptoms of this? A person who has got a diabetes with a spleen weakness, spleen is associated with the thirst. A person will have the feeling for thirst even after drinking water. A person will always be feeling thirsty for drinking water and will also have lot of thirst pangs at night. The pressure points which can be done on the hand is shown over here. A person who is having the weakness from the liver is a person who will feel very tired, exhausted and body pain all the time. But we get athletes who get diabetic, and that is coming from the weakness of the liver. Liver controls the muscles of our body, and because of the excessive tiredness of the liver, it can also cause the diabetes, which is associated with the weakness of the liver. There are third type of diabetes is weakness from the small intestine. These are the type of people who have normally the burning sensation in the feet and palm, and they have sudden feeling of coldness in the hands and the feet. So this is associated with the small intestine. Weakness from the kidney is quite prominent nowadays, and this is also caused because of the lack of water, adequate water which people don't drink. And the symptoms associated with this is lack of sexual desire and unable to conceive. The best thing what can be done over here is to have adequate quantity of water, and the pressure points which are associated with the kidney and spleen. Spleen 6 is the point which is shown over here, which is 4 fingers above the ankle. And weakness of the lungs, it is associated with the skin infection, skin allergies, eczema, psoriasis. And for that, the best thing is to activate the lungs pressure point, which we have seen in case of asthma, associated with the kidney point. This is a very detailed subject. This itself can take about 3 hours to cover diabetes. But here, I'm just sharing the importance of pressure points and how it can help in curing various problems. The best thing for home remedy is okra, bindi. Take a bindi, slit it into from top to bottom, put it in water overnight, soak it in water overnight, and in the morning you can take that water, drink that water. That helps in reducing diabetes. And black tea is also good for reducing your sugar levels. Heart attack. Heart attack is very common nowadays. We find many people, they have heart related problems, heart connected problems. It's a different thing what youngsters have. Dil ka problem, that is different, no? Yeah, heart ka problem, no? Which can be causing a severe damage to the life. Very simple thing is, heart is on the left hand side. On the left hand side, little finger below the nail. This is the area, if it is activated, it helps to improve the condition of the heart. On the left hand side, heart is on the left hand side. Below the little finger, below the nail, the points which are shown, this is the point, if it is activated, it helps to improve the condition of the heart. And in case of heart attack, when these points are activated, it is as good as a cardiac massage. And we have tried this number of times, not only me, but we conduct regular workshops worldwide, and wherever the students who have participated in the workshop, they have also tried. And some of the corporate workshops what we conduct, as a first aid thing, they have also shown this, because by the time the patient is taken to the hospital, that's a very crucial period where you need to give him adequate support. And one of the supports that can be given is by way of acupressure, by activating this pressure point on the left hand side little finger, which can help a person save his life. There is no better exercise for the heart than reaching down and lifting people up. First, try to mentally lift yourself up by creating a desire to help others, whereby definitely you will uplift your own self. Stroke. Stroke also can be dealt with by acupressure, by way of diagnosis. Many times the time is lost in diagnosis, whether the person has got a stroke or no. How to diagnose? So whenever you are in doubt, you ask the person to speak or repeat a particular sentence.